Hello and welcome to Saugerties, New York here at Cantine Field. My name is Kyle McMullen and alongside me is Logan Barandis. We're very excited to be here tonight. That banner on the team that we took that banner from in last year's contest. Let's start off tonight with the Amsterdam Mohawk lineup. Leading off and starting at third base, we have number 12, Gage Miller. At second base, number 19, Jacob Hand. Shortstop, number 34, Brett Coker. Cleanup, first base, number 32, Cade Bush. Out in left field, number 27, Josh Overbeek. Center field, number 3, Nick Giamaruzzi. In right field, number 37, Zach Gardner. And behind the dish, catching, number 24, Hunter Thomas. And DHing for the Mohawks will be number 15, Frankie Marinelli. And on the mound, pitching, number 30, Jacob Lapham.
Kyle, it's been a really potent Mohawks lineup so far. Every single game they've played in put up double-digit runs, won 13-0 in their opener, and then, of course, last night won 10-3. Already hit 3 home runs so far this season, so we'll see now what they can do here on the road as they try to go from 2-0 to 3-0 on the weekend and the season.
Yeah, and like we talked about a second ago, it's been a rough start for the last couple of games for the Stallions as they let up an 8-run 7th inning in the home opener against Albany and a 7-run 4th against Amsterdam. Those two nights were very different, and the pitching staff was walking most of the guys that they saw against Albany, whereas last night the ball just seemed to not stop hitting the center barrel of the bats of each of these Mohawks players. And now, time for the Saugerties Stallion lineup. Leading off, center field, number 22, TJ Adams. DHing, number 13, Jelani Rogers. At third base, number 36, Brandon Fish. Catching, number 21, Mason Speaker. At first base, number 27, Garrett Michelle. Right field, number 8, Colin Mackle. Shortstop, number 7, Alex Rodriguez. Out in left field, number 55, David Shackelford. And at second base, number 2, Brett Eckert. Our coaching staff tonight, pitching coach Rich Doobie, assistants Adam Craig and Elon Trisquita, and head coach Colin Martin. We are ready to go here for some Saugerties Stallion baseball as Gage Miller steps into the box.
Just about ready to go, like you said, and this will be our first look at V-Hill, the starting pitcher for the Stallions today, and coming over from Weber, the same college where the Saugerties Stallions coach, and Colin Martin is the head coach there as well.
That's right, as the first pitch is taken for a ball up and away from Miller. V-Hill's first night on the mound for the Stallions. What do you hope to see out of him, Logan?
Well, I'd be curious to see just how long V Hill's going to go because he was used primarily as a reliever during the course of the year. The furthest he went in a game was 4 1/3 innings pitched. That was against St. Thomas in early May. So we'll see just how much length they can get out of him because the Stallions have used a lot of pitchers in these first couple days.
It'll be interesting to see as there's a base hit, shallow center field that'll fall down as Miller will have the first hit of tonight's ball game.
Yeah, and that one just went over the head of Heckert, and not the start you were hoping for the Stallions as the leadoff hitter Miller gets on with a leadoff single.
No, not the start you're looking for, that's right. But I am curious as to see what head coach Colin Martin and Praxi Vigil do have in store as Vigil and head coach Colin Martin are part of the Weber baseball program together. The pitch called strike one as Jacob Hand steps into the box. Now, last night we bear witness to Jacob Hand hitting 2 different balls out over that right field porch, part of that big inning from the Mohawks. Second pitch called strike. Down on the count quickly here, 0-2.
Yeah, we'll see how this pitching staff approaches Hand here, moving up in the lineup, hit 2 home runs in that last game, and it's obvious to the Stallions that Hand is a very dangerous hitter.
The 0-2 drops down low for ball 1. And you said it best. It's very interesting to see. He moved up in the order about 7 spots. 1-2 falls low, breaking pitch in the dirt, count 2-2.
Yeah, and Hand did show his power during his first year at college at WPI. It's 7 home runs along with a .351 batting average during his freshman year.
And 9 stolen bases to go along with it. So he's got a little bit of pop and a whole lot of speed. And that falls in for a called strike 3, the first of Vigil's Stallion career.
Yeah, and Vigil wasted no time on that at-bat to Hand. Just strike after strike after strike, and Hand really just didn't know how to react.
And now stepping into the box will be shortstop Brett Coker, the 6'1" junior from Hendersonville, Tennessee, where he goes to school at Middle Tennessee. There's the runner going. Speaker can't hold on to it. The runner advances, no throw.
Yeah, and Speaker moving down from first base to catcher in this one, already not off to a great start there, trying to give Kelly a night off after he started the first 2 games in the backstop.
He's been a sure-handed guy over there at first base, so be curious to see if it translates as the battery mate for Vigil.
Definitely a bigger body down there in the backstop. Definitely
Much bigger.
Framing these pitches a little easier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Speaker's got that more traditional catcher look to it, whereas Kelly looks like he's an outfielder, just got placed behind home plate and enjoyed it. Count even here at 1-1. And that pitch is going to be blooped over the first baseman's head, foul territory, and it will drop into the visiting bullpen. The count is now 1-2. Vigil looks down, gets his sign, likes what he sees, sets, and delivers. Leaves that one up for Coker. Count evened up now here, 2-2. Vigil comes set. And Coker will foul that one straight back to keep the count even at 2-2. Curious to see if he sticks with that fastball. He's been enjoying it very much. 2-2 count. Gets him out in front. That'll trickle down the third base line for a foul ball. Again, count even still at 2-2.
Yeah, and Coker battling here early on against V Hill, and it's been a slow start for Coker to open up the year. Only one hit so far.
One hit, but he's proven to be a danger on the base pass. So he was second on his team with 18 stolen bases in 2021, followed up this past season with only 10. Another foul ball. Again, count even, 2-2. Neither hitter nor pitcher willing to give an inch here. Miller takes his lead. V Hill comes set. The 2-2. Swing and a miss as he takes that fastball up and in. Can't handle it. 2 away here as V Hill collects his second strikeout of the evening.
Yeah, and that was some absolute heat on that pitch from V Hill, just going upper level there to strike out Coker, and now it's back-to-back outs after that leadoff single.
Yeah, you like that. V Hill likes to. He's settled himself in here. He's kind of calmed down after letting that first hitter let a blooper just in the outfield grass. 2 away here as the first baseman, Cade Bush, steps into the box. Bush, a freshman from Florida State. The 0-1 looked in for a called strike 2. 0-2's the count. V Hill making quick work of Bush here.
Yeah, and Bush has gotten off to a quick start this year as well, hitting 5 for 8. And here in an RBI spot, V Hill just wasting no time yet again.
Fastball just above the hands. Speaker can't handle it. 1-2 is the count. Yeah, we saw Bush last night. He had a few hits in the contest last evening. Looking to see if he can keep that up tonight. 1-2 looks like a changeup, low and in. Bush will spit on it. Even the count here at 2-2.
Yeah, and Bush already making a quick impression so far with the Mohawks, coming over from Florida State. Didn't record a hit during the last season, but has been one of the best hitters already for Amsterdam.
Didn't record a hit. Was only given 11 appearances and 7 at-bats this past season for the Seminoles. I'm sure he's looking to find his groove here in Saugerties this summer. Count full here, 3-2. Pitch, grounder, short hop to the third baseman, makes the play, and that'll retire the side. A quick 5-3 as V Hill is able to get out of that first leadoff single, followed by the stolen base to leave Miller stranded at second base. We will be right back after this. This is the Saugerties Baseball on the Saugerties YouTube channel. And welcome back to the Saugerties YouTube channel here in Saugerties, New York. First ad read tonight, we have Dwyer Contracting, high quality craftsmanship in a family-owned business. Leading off tonight, we have TJ Adams. Now Adams, the center fielder, is looking to make something happen for the Stallions early and often. So he's had a pretty solid start to the year this summer.
Yeah, and Adams has been a pleasant surprise so far to open up the year. And on opening night, started out 8th in the batting lineup, moved up to 2nd yesterday, and now hitting leadoff. So just continues to impress Colin Martin and the rest of this coaching staff. And now we'll see how he does here in this leadoff spot, because he's managed to provide an impact for the Stallions in both games so far.
That's right. And TJ Adams, as an outfielder, he's currently hitting .333 with 1 run, 3 RBIs, and 3 stolen bases. So he is a danger on the base pass as well as in the batter's box. He is actually a class of 2022 high schooler who's committed to Arizona. The first pitch from the Mohawks will be fouled off straight back.
Yeah, let's talk a little about this Mohawks pitcher here in Jacob Lapham. Goes to Hudson Valley Community College, going to be a rising junior. Had a very solid year, 2.50 ERA to go along with a 5-1 record. So definitely a solid hitter for
As
Mohawks.
that second pitch will be lined down the right field line from Adams as he rounds first and heads towards second. Looks up at the third base coach, and he'll put on the brakes, giving the Stallions their first base runner of the night, as he continues to swing a hot bat.
And Adams absolutely roped that one down the right field line, and that's a great way to start out the night for the Stallions offense, which really struggled for most of the night.
Yeah, they really went quiet for the middle half of last night's game. You're really hoping that they find their groove tonight and really get things going. As you were mentioning, Logan, 57 2/3 innings pitched for Lapham, 2.5 ERA, 81 strikeouts. So this kid, he really does know how to pitch. He misses a lot of baseball bats. As the first pitch to Jelani Rogers is looked in for a called strike 1.
Yeah, and Rogers has found a home at the top of the lineup, moving back down to that number 2 hole. Hit 0 for 3 with 2 walks in the loss against Amsterdam last night, but he did manage to get a stolen base on a pitch that wasn't even thrown yet by the pitcher. He managed to slide into third safely, no problem. Has some dangerous speed on the base pass.
That's right, as he takes a big league hack at that fastball to fall into a hole 0-2. And yeah, as you were mentioning, he's a smart base runner, as he picked up that the left-hander Cheatham from the Mohawks last night was kind of stuck in his rhythm and wasn't giving much in terms of looks back at him, and he was able to take a free base without, as you said, without even throwing a pitch. The 0-2 fastball up in the eyes, looked in for ball 1.
Yeah, and one of the defensive changes made heading into this game was Jelani Rogers moving from right field just to being a DH in this one, so really going to focus more on the hitting side of things in this one.
Yeah, I'm curious if that was a strategic move by Coach Martin. Ooh, as he gets plunked in the elbow guard, he'll have to just wear that one off. And the first hits Batman has been brought to you by Delvecchia and Kraft Injury Lawyers. If you've been hit, call Delvecchia and Kraft Injury Attorneys.
Yeah, so Rogers reaching base in now all 3 of these games to open up the year, and definitely a more painful way to do just that, but Stallions quickly with 2 base runners on.
Stallions are threatening early and often as the third baseman, Brandon Fish, steps into the box. First pitch swinging as he hits a slow roller to third base. Not much that he can do but throw it over to the first baseman to move the 2 runners up 90 feet. So Fish, a productive out as the runners move both into scoring position now for the catcher, number 21, Mason Speaker.
Took the words right out of my mouth there, Kyle. Very productive out there from Fish in what is now his 2nd game on the year, and now we'll see if Speaker can make some noise with the bat. He's been getting on base a good amount so far this year. Had 4 walks in the opener and then got 2 hits in last night's game.
Yeah, he's currently sitting at a .333 average with 4 walks, as you said. So he certainly knows exactly what he's looking for in that strike zone as he takes in the second pitch of the at-bat to even the count here at 1-1.
Only a .333 average, but that on-base percentage definitely in a really good spot to open up the season.
The 1-1, he'll take a big hack at that off-speed pitch in the dirt to move the count down 1-2. Speaker just hoping to put something out into the outfield or to the right side of the field to give the Stallions their first lead of the evening. The 1-2 inside evens the count here at 2-2. And he'll foul that one straight back to keep the count here even at 2-2.
Yeah, Speaker doing a great job battling there on that one. Just looking for a ball to be hit into the outfield as both TJ Adams on third and Jelani Rogers on second. Very fast base runners.
Very fast base runners and very intelligent ones indeed. Curious as to see what Speaker can do for his team as the 2-2 bounces off the top of home plate, rolls all the way up the backstop in the netting, plating the first run of the evening for the Stallions as Adams trots straight back into home plate, moving Rogers up to third.
Yeah, and the Stallions have scored runs via the wild pitch in every single game so far this year. It just kind of speaks to how well these Stallions can run the bases and already taking a quick 1-0 lead here with the runner still on third.
The 3-2 is going to be a fly ball deep in the left field as Rogers steps back, tags up, and he will score easily as Speaker does his job for his teammates, giving them the 2-0 lead.
And that top of the Stallions lineup doing its job so far. All four hitters that have batted so far getting very productive at-bats so far to open up this one. And we'll see what the rest of the Stallions lineup can do now. And it's the Stallions' debut for Garrett Michelle.
As Garrett Michelle steps in, the left-hander from the high school senior currently committed to Virginia Tech steps in as the second pitch will get in there for an even the count here at 1-1.
Yeah, Michelle, a North Carolina native, graduated from East Lincoln High School. Looking to provide a big impact with the bat here. Can really play most of the positions on the field. Can play first, can play third, can play in the outfield. Today getting the start at first.
Yeah, he's got that that lucky the two-sided coin where he's a left-handed hitting, right-handed throwing baseball player. The dime a dozen, those guys really have it made for him. As Michelle will take in ball 4 and trots down 90 feet and step into the box here, right fielder number 8, Colin Mackel. Now, Mackel has had a slow start to the year thus far, but he's really hoping to do some damage. He's a local celebrity, in a consistent returner for the PGCBL League.
Yeah, Mackel only has one hit so far in the year. He's 1 for 9, didn't reach base at all. In yesterday's game is Michelle easily going to take second base in that wild pitch.
Oh, look at that, Michelle. As you said, trots up there. Will take those 90 feet, says thank you very much, giving a scoring position runner for Mackel here.
And probably the most notable at-bat for Mackel so far this year was the one in the first game of the year where, with the Stallions trying to make a comeback, hit that ball which ended a game via double play.
As the 1-0 is flown out to deep right center field, and it'll be hauled in by Gardner, and that'll retire the side. So 2 runs on no hits, a wild pitch, and a sac fly gives us a score of 2-0. And we will be right back on the Saugerties Stallions YouTube channel. I'm Kyle. That's Logan. We'll see you in the top of the second. And welcome back to the Saugerties Stallions YouTube channel. The Saugerties Stallions baseball team is brought to you by IXL Health and Fitness Club, keeping the Stallions fit all season long. And Jolly Cow, the Jolly Cow in Lake Katrine, because everybody loves ice cream. And leading off for the Amsterdam Mohawks is the center fielder, Giamaruzzi. That is Nick Giamaruzzi from Pittsburgh.
So it's actually Josh Overbeck.
Oh, excuse me. Yes, Josh Overbeck, left fielder. I apologize. Another player from Pitt. As the first pitch will be fouled away down the first baseline, count 0-1.
Yeah, and the Stallions started out this first inning exactly how you want to start with the new banner in town, getting the early 2-0 lead, and now we'll see how V-Hill can respond along with the Stallions defense.
It seems as though the unveiling of that banner has really pumped some new life into this Stallions lineup that really was lacking it in last night's contest, as the second pitch of the at-bat falls to 1-1. V-Hill kicks and delivers. Fouled away. 1-2 for Overbeek.
And Overbeek did get a lot of playing time during his freshman season at Pitt. He only hit to the tune of a 200 average to go along with 1 home run. Did strike out 11 times too, and he finds himself now in a 2-strike hole.
The 1-2. Low and away, just misses to even the count here at 2-2. You mentioned his freshman year, campaign. His senior year of high school, he hit .458. He was named to the All-Cincinnati team and the Eastern Cincinnati Conference Player of the Year. As the 2-2 misses high here to bring the count full 3-2.
It seems like on those last 2 pitches there, V-Hill just missing those spots here. Already had 2 strikeouts in the top of the first, and was kind of flirting around with that third.
The 3-2. Swung on and missed as Overbeek goes down on strikes, giving V-Hill his 3rd K of the evening.
Look at that. He ends up getting that 3rd strikeout that he was trying to get for so long, but V-Hill already off to a hot start here in the second.
That was a lot of work for 1 strikeout, huh? Stepping into the plate now is center fielder Nick Giamaruzzi.
And it looks like he's tonight's K-Man.
Tonight's K-Man. How about that? So for those of you watching at home, the K-Man is somebody that we pick pre-game, and if he does end up striking out, the fans here get 2-for-1 beers until the 7th inning. How about that? That's a pretty good deal.
It was a very good deal. I mean, fans were disappointed to not have that work out in the home opener. In fact, the K-Man that was picked was one of 2 players to not strike out for Albany's side, and now fans hoping for better luck in tonight's K-Man.
Yeah, as Giamaruzzi, the K-Man, quickly falls down the count 0-2 as you hear the Circling Sharks theme song playing over the loudspeakers. The 0-2 swung on and missed, and the K-Man goes down swinging. V-Hill has 4 strikeouts on the evening.
The K-Man wasting no time to deliver. There's the 2-for-1 announcement getting announced right now.
Yeah, in the second inning, that's early and often for these fans. If I were one of them, I'd be capitalizing real quick. As I'm looking in the grandstands, I see the waitresses down there already taking several beer orders, I'm sure. Gardner will line one down the right field line on the first pitch. So he rounds first, and he'll dig for 2. And the throw will be cut off as he slides in for a double. As Zach Gardner, the right fielder, continues to swing a hot bat. As last night's contest, he came in with 2 doubles. And tonight leading the night off for himself with another one.
Yeah, and that one just got over the glove of Michelle, who it looked like at first base almost came down with that one over at the first base bag. But nonetheless, the Mohawks kind of hope for some two-out magic here.
Stepping in now, the catcher, number 24, Hunter Thomas, the sophomore out of Rend Lake College.
And Thomas at 334, during that year.
The first pitch swinging here as he lines one into right field. The throw to home plate will be cut off as the Mohawks will get their first run of the evening.
The Mohawks did find that 2-out rally, and maybe the K-Man announcements were kind of able to spark a little fire under that Mohawk offense, and that lead cut in half.
There seems to be some confusion here as the Stallions believe that Gardner might have missed third base, but neither umpire appearing to have a definitive answer as they go with the safe call. And now stepping into the box will be the designated hitter, number 15, Frankie Marinelli. Marinelli, out of Manhattan College for the Jaspers, hit a cool 400 his freshman year and quickly fell into a sophomore slump, hitting just 261.
And the power just wasn't there for Marinelli during that year. At 22 RBIs, didn't hit any balls out of the ballpark.
As the first pitch looked at for ball one, the second up and away, count now 2-0 as V-Hill is finding a little bit of trouble getting into the strike zone again as he hopes to find his groove. He looks into speaker's signs, likes what he sees. Home plate umpire calls time. They will reset. The 2-0 misses low. Count 3-0 now.
Yeah, and the last thing the Stallions need right here is for V-Hill to find himself in this second inning jam. This pitching staff really looking for someone that could eat a couple innings and really go deep into this game, as they've used several pitchers over these first two games.
Yeah, 9 pitchers in their first 2 contests is not a very appealing stat for anybody. As you said, Logan, he's really hoping to give that bullpen some rest and hopefully eat some innings here for the Stallions.
And especially for a staff that's already as short as it is right now, with some players not even in Saugerties yet.
As a 3-1 will be swung at and missed. The count full now at 3-2. Runner on first base will be moving with the pitch. Marinelli steps into the box. V-Hill toes the rubber, comes set. The payoff. Cue shot down the third base line, be a foul ball.
Looks like he just got that one off the edge of the back there, just trying to make as much contact as he could, and almost got that one in play down the third base line.
Just fighting to stay above water here. Michelle isn't holding the runner on at first as he takes a big lead. The 3-2 popped up down the third base line. Oh, and he just can't make the play.
And that one almost corralled there by Fish. And Fish he looked like he had that one tracked, just missed that one very close to that left field foul line.
Yeah, it looked like he had more of an awareness of the fence than he did the baseball, as he just comes up short. Nothing hurt here as the 3-2. And that'll miss low for ball 4. 2 runners on base now for the Mohawks as the top of the order comes back up for the Mohawks in Gabe Miller.
Yeah, it's now 3 straight Mohawk batters to reach base here, as you mentioned, a top of the lineup coming up here, and Mohawks looking to tie this one up, even take the lead here in the second.
Excuse me, Gage Miller. First pitch misses low and away for ball 1.
Yeah, Miller got the first hit for either side in this one, getting the single, but didn't advance past first base, as the next 3 hitters were promptly retired.
Yeah, that bloop single really never gave anything to fruition. He's hoping to change the narrative of this second inning for his fellow Mohawks, as the count is now 2-0 to the Amsterdam leadoff hitter.
Yeah, V-Hill's starting to struggle with that command that he was so dominant in finding during that first inning, as he gets a nice swing and a miss for a strike.
Yeah, as you said, those 4 strikeouts are looking a little daunting here now, as he just can't seem to find his groove again. Vigil sets, delivers. 2-1 misses low and away. 3-1's the count.
Yeah, now in danger of walking the bases loaded, and you take a look at who's on deck. The man that hit 2 home runs in last night's contest, in Jacob Hand.
A lot of danger from Hand, as you hope that Miller can just be retired and see Hand next inning, as that pitch is drilled into left field under the outstretched glove of Fish. Oh, and Speaker can't handle the throw home as runners move up another 90 feet.
Yeah, and the throw over from Shackelford was on target at left field, but it just looked like Speaker at the catcher spot couldn't complete the transition. The throw was on time, and now this game is tied, and we mentioned a dangerous hitter coming up in Hand.
It was a great throw, and it looked like Thomas wasn't sure as to whether or not he was going to be sent home or not, and he stuttered. And as you said, if Speaker can hold on to that one, that would have given the Stallions a third out. As Hand, the dangerous left-handed hitter, steps into the box. Looks in, a first pitch fastball, count 0-1. As Miller was able to move up to 90 feet to second base on the throw. Hand swings and misses right through that one. Brings him into a quick hole here, 0-2.
Yeah, and Hand was the first strikeout victim for Vigil. Got fooled looking early on.
The 0-2 low. Ball count now 1-2.
And Speaker just hasn't looked comfortable at that catcher spot, dropping that one there, and already had that crucial mistake on the last at-bat, just trying to get comfortable with this new position.
The 1-2 just misses outside. It will even the count here at 2-2. Vigil now electing to go from the windup with runners in scoring position and 2 away. The delivery, the pitch. Slow, weak rolling ground ball. Neither one is sure who's getting it, as one run will score. And here comes the second runner, as Miller, the heads-up base runner amongst the confusion, will score on the fielder's choice ground ball.
And that was really heads-up base running there by the Mohawks, as it was kind of a bang-bang play at the first base side. And whether he was out or not, that was just great awareness by Miller, going from second all the way to home on a ball that didn't even leave the infield. And with 2 outs, these Mohawks just are showing no quit here.
Ball didn't leave the infield, nor did it even reach the clay. As number 34, Brett Coker, the shortstop, will step in here. First pitch swinging, ground ball to Alex Rodriguez. He'll flip it over to Eckert to retire the side. So 4 runs on 2 hits gives the Mohawks their first lead of the evening, 4-2. You are listening to the Saugerties Stallions on the Saugerties Stallions YouTube channel. We'll be right back. A Sun Common, a solar company with a purpose beyond profit. And Saugerties Baseball is brought to you by Steyer's, celebrating over 50 years of keeping you on the road. Leading off here will be the shortstop, number 7, Alex Rodriguez. Rodriguez, the USC transfer who just spent his redshirt freshman year at San Diego State. What can you tell me about him, Logan?
Well, Rodriguez only has one hit so far on the year, but that one hit came in the 9th inning against this Amsterdam team, and if it weren't for a very high left field wall out in Amsterdam, could have easily gone out of the park instead of being a double, which it ended up being.
That's right, as Rodriguez takes a dangerous hack at that first pitch, breaking ball in the dirt, count 0-1. Second pitch, the exact same thing from Lapham, count now 0-2 as Rodriguez quickly finds himself in a hole.
Yeah, and we'll see how the Stallions respond as that 2-out rally by the Mohawks in the second, and quickly seeing a 2-0 lead evaporate into a 4-2 deficit.
The 0-2 looked in here, fastball 1-2, just misses outside.
And Colin Martin's really been moving around Rodriguez in the lineup. Started out in the leadoff spot in the opening night, played in the 8-hole yesterday, now hitting 7. Really just trying to find a spot for the shortstop.
As the 1-2 will be delivered a shot into the right center field gap. Rodriguez takes a sharp turn down first base, but thinks better of it as he will be in there with a leadoff single, bringing in the left fielder, number 55, David Shackelford.
Yeah, how about that from Rodriguez, really capitalizing off the success at the end of last night's game and hitting a really high hit single. And it could have been a stretch double if he wanted to. I feel like he could have had the speed for it, but nonetheless, Stallions getting a leadoff base runner for the second straight inning.
First pitch to Shackelford is spiked in front of home plate as the Amsterdam catcher is able to corral that one back, leaving Rodriguez at first base. Count 1-0.
Shackelford, one of the few returning Stallions from last year's team. He's already struck out 5 times in the first 2 games, including getting a hat trick in last night's outing.
Yeah, and Shackelford is hoping to put last night's worries behind him as he hopes to turn a new leaf here tonight. The 1-0, Rodriguez goes, sharply hit ground ball to the shortstop. Play will be made to first base as Rodriguez is able to stand on second.
Yeah, perfectly executed hit and run there, and if it weren't for that, we could easily be looking at a double play scenario, but now Rodriguez in scoring position with the number 9 hitter and Brett Heckard coming up.
Yeah, Heckard currently sitting at a .250 average with 2 RBIs coming out of Allegheny University, as the first pitch is missed high and in for a ball 1.
Yeah, Heckard got 2 hits on Friday and was hitless in yesterday's game, so looking to bounce back in a big way here. And what better way to start with a runner in scoring position?
The 1-0 be a ground ball straight back up the middle as Rodriguez takes a sharp turn down third base, and he will score standing up easily as Heckard is able to drive in the 3rd run of the Stallions' evening.
Right on cue, Brett Heckard able to get one into the center field gap and drive in that 3rd run for the Stallions. That offense definitely much hotter than they were last time they played Amsterdam less than 24 hours ago.
Much hotter. And what's the best cure to any struggling pitching staff? A hot lineup. A hot lineup, Logan. That's all you need. And that'll bring up the leadoff hitter, center fielder, TJ Adams. As Adams was able to start the game off for the Stallions with a leadoff double, later coming around to score.
Yeah, Stallions seeing Lapham very well here. Already have 3 hits and have had 2 other runners reach base via walk and hit by pitch. And looks like the pitch mound visit is over, and Lapham going to stay in here to face the top of the lineup for a second go-around.
TJ Adams.
The Arizona commit looks in at Lapham. This is the first pitch. Looked low, ball 1. Eckert thought about it, thought better of it, is able to slide back in.
Yeah, Heckert was standing out there for quite some time on the first base side. It really took him a while to slide back in. Didn't slide back in until the throw actually came to the first base bag, but just able to get back in safely.
A lot of aggressive base runners on the Stallions lineup this summer, as Lapham will throw over just to keep him honest over there.
And I think that definitely speaks to just the aggressive nature of this Stallions coaching staff, and Stallions towards the top of the league in stolen bases.
The 1-0 looked in there from Adams. Evens the count here at 1-1.
And one of the more aggressive base runners on this team is TJ Adams himself, who's at the plate, had 3 stolen bases in that opening night game.
The 1-1 is flown out to shallow right field. It'll be caught by Zach Gardner. 2 away here now for Jelani Rogers, the designated hitter this evening.
And Rogers got plunked his last time up and was able to come around and score on a wild pitch later in the inning. So we'll see what he can do here.
Be interesting to see what third base coach Adam Craig has in mind for Eckert. Does he want to keep him on first base, or is he going to try and steal one for his guys here? Lapham has him in the back of his mind right now. We've got some action early on here in this Amsterdam bullpen, as a couple of guys will be heading out there to loosen up. First pitch to Rogers, looked in there. Count now 1-0.
Yeah, what a difference a day makes, as yesterday the Stallions put up 3 runs against the same Amsterdam team in 9 innings, and now doing that in less than 2 innings.
Lapham really can't get Eckert out of the back of his mind. That's 3 different throw-overs and only 1 pitch thrown to Rogers thus far.
Eckert does have some speed over at the first base bag, but you can't imagine he'd be too active with already 2 outs here and already down by 1.
Yeah, with the top of the order, you really shouldn't be expecting too much, as Rogers will foul that second pitch away. Count even now at 1-1. Rogers gets his signs. Steps to the box, Lapham ready to go. The 1-1. Swung on and missed. Count now at 1-2 for Rogers.
Yeah, Rogers just behind that swing there, and perfectly placed ball from Lapham, who's trying to escape this little jam he finds himself in and get himself through another clean inning.
Throwing Rogers that elevated fastball to maybe just change some eye level, set up the next one, as he'll spike that changeup low in the dirt to even the count here at 2-2.
Almost got Rogers swinging there, was able to hold back just in time to even up the count back at 2.
Almost got Rogers, and Eckert really thought about taking a bag there, as he stopped after taking a couple of steps towards second. The payoff. Misses high, will go straight to the backstop, as Eckert will trot casually up another 90 feet, putting a runner in scoring position for the Stallions, giving Rogers a full count now, 3-2.
Yeah, you mentioned, Kyle, really not being able to keep Eckert out of Lapham's mind, and you have to wonder if that kind of went into that wild pitch, as that one was nowhere near the intended target and went well into the backstop.
The 3-2. Bouncing ball up the left field line. That'll get down into the corner as Rogers makes his way up to second base, scoring Eckert all the way from second. They'll be trading places. We have a brand new ball game here in Saugerties, as they're able to tie it up here 4-4.
How about Jelani Rogers able to tie things up here in a full count, able to just sneak that one over the third baseline and provide the Stallions with yet another extra base hit here early in this one. And we're tied up yet again at 4 apiece.
And now stepping in will be third baseman Brandon Fish in his second appearance with the Stallions this summer. Fish started off his night with a ground ball to the third baseman. Lapham kicks and deals. First pitch misses low and away for a ball 1. The 1-0 misses high, ball 2.
And Fish still looking for his first hit as a Stallion. Went 0 for 4 in the last game and grounded into a fielder's choice in his last at-bat. And you have to imagine any hit in the outfield with Rogers' speed would likely give the Stallions the lead right back.
The 1-1 swung on and roped down the first baseline. It'll be well foul. So that'll bring him to a pitcher's count here, 1-2. Excuse me, that'll be a 2-1 count. The 2-1 misses high, 3-1 now.
And Fish really working this count here and doing a lot better plate discipline-wise than last night where he did strike out twice. So we'll see if he can provide the Stallions with another base runner.
The 3-1 misses high with that one as he will casually take a stroll up the first base line, giving the Stallions runners at first and second for the catcher, number 21 out of Fort Worth, Texas, Mason Speaker.
Yeah, and we saw just in this top half of the inning what the Mohawks were able to do with the 2-out rally, and now the Stallions starting to do the same thing here, and Mason Speaker in a spot to do a lot of damage.
First pitch to Speaker will miss again high, 1-0, and Lapham consistently missing up with that fastball. You got to wonder if he's just trying to do too much here or if he's just trying to guide it. Either way, he's lost some command this half inning. The 1-0 will be a breaking ball as he tries to mix it up, and that'll fall low for a second ball, 2-0.
Yeah, we've noticed kind of a loss of command from both these pitchers here who both pretty much cruised through the first inning. I mean, Lapham gave up 2 runs in the first, but
as the 2-0 will be blooped into shallow center field, and the center fielder will dive and make an incredible grab to retire the side, saving the Mohawks 2 more runs. Oh, what a great play out there in center field from Nick Giamaruzzi out of Pitt. And that'll do it for this half of the inning. Score now evened up here, 4-4. You're listening to the Saugerties Stallions on the Saugerties Stallions YouTube channel. We'll be right back. And welcome back to the Saugerties Stallions baseball as we move into the top half of the third inning following a very entertaining bottom half of the second inning as the Stallions were able to plate 2 runs on 3 hits and no errors, stranding another 2 base runners as V-Hill remains on the mound for the Stallions.
yeah, Kyle, really that entire second inning in general is very entertaining. 6 combined runs for both these teams, and in the end, it just led to it being a whole new ball game with both teams tied up yet again at 4. Via you mentioned he's going to be back on the mound here. Closing out the inning was really a problematic situation for him, so we'll see now what he can do here with a fresh new inning.
That's right. Now stepping into the box is first baseman out of Florida State University, number 32, Cade Bush. First pitch from V-Hill misses up and in for a ball, count 1-0.
And Bush grounded out in his last at-bat. The Florida State baseball player. He's had a very great start to the season, hitting .333, and we'll see what he can do now here, potentially start something here for the Mohawks.
This account is even now here, 1-1. Vigil gets his sign, delivers. 1-1, breaking ball in there for a called strike 2.
It's a beautiful breaking ball there, getting right in the middle of the plate there. And it was just perfectly executed there to get him now ahead in the count 1-2.
The payoff goes right back to it as there's a blooper into the Bermuda Triangle, and it'll fall just in front of Adams for a leadoff single for Bush.
Yeah, that ball stayed in the air for quite some time, but the outfield playing very deep, and neither Adams, the center fielder, nor Mackle, the right fielder, could get there in time to get that ball that landed in the shallow right center field area.
And that'll bring up the left fielder, number 27, Josh Overbeek. Overbeek's first at-bat ended with a full count swinging strikeout. We'll see what he can do this time around. Vigil comes set, the pitch. In there for a called strike, 0-1.
Yeah, Overbeek, one of the 4 strikeout victims early on for the pitcher in Vigil, and already finds himself behind in the count to that same pitcher.
The 0-1. Misses low there. Speaker can't handle it. Count even now here at 1-1. Overbeek looks in. That pitch from Vigil just misses outside. Count now 2-1.
And that one got a locomotion from the Stallions fans, as that one looked like it could have just caught the inside corner for a strike. Instead, it's a 2-1 count.
2-1. Line over the outstretched hand of Fish, in there for a base hit, moving the runners to first and second now.
And that one was a hard hit ball from Overbeek, right over the third baseman and Fish. And now, as we kind of get into that bottom of the Mohawks lineup, they're starting to find a rhythm here.
Yeah, this bottom half of the order seems maybe they've got it figured out more than anybody else. As Giamaruzzi, the center fielder, will step in, who also started his night off with a strikeout. He squares around and bunts. Nobody covering first base, as Vigil will pump, and the runner will be safe at first base. Loading the bases full of Mohawks now with nobody out.
And that's just poor defensive positioning from the Stallions. No one was covering first base until it was too late. And Giamaruzzi able to get on via a bunt single. And it's a rough scenario here for Vigil, who has kind of struggled ever getting to that 2-out mark in the second inning. And he's already allowed 8 hits in this one.
Steps into the windup as Gardner, the right fielder, takes the first pitch deep into the right field, as Mackle will make the catch, scoring Bush, moving Overbeek up 90 feet, leaving runners at the corners and giving the Mohawks a 5-4 lead.
Yeah, that was another hard hit ball there from the Mohawks. That was very close to the warning track, but absolutely no shot to get Bush at third base. And yet again, this back and forth action continues, and the Mohawks take another lead.
Yeah, constant back-to-back, as you said, Logan. I'm curious as if this will be what the night is going to entail for us. Stepping in now, the catcher, number 24, Hunter Thomas, as he swings and misses here at a first pitch fastball, getting the count to 0-1. One away for the 8-hole hitter. Second pitch falls low. Count even now here at 1-1.
And Thomas was able to get on last inning via a single, and he came around to score. So looking to extend his day.
1-1 as the runner goes. A hit and run is called, as that ball will be fouled away into the visiting bullpen, almost taking out his teammate.
And that one single from Thomas so far today was his second hit, with another one being a home run. We talked about the Mohawks, having 3 home runs to open out the year. Thomas has 1, and then Jacob Hand has the other 2, which came in last night's game.
Couple of dangerous hitters here at the bottom of the order for the Mohawks, as the 1-2 will be ripped down the left field line for a base hit, scoring Overbeek, moving the runners all the way up. That'll be a 1-out stand-up double for Thomas, giving the Mohawks a 2-run 6-4 lead here in the top half of the 3rd inning.
And that ball was cut off nicely in left field by Shackelford, really prevented that runner at third and Gia Maruzzi to advance and try and score here. So now still 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out.
Saying in now is Frankie Marinelli. Line drive will be caught by the shortstop Alex Rodriguez, freezing both runners in their place.
Yeah, and Rodriguez really displayed a great glove out in shortstop in these first 3 games, but it looked like he could have had a shot at getting Gia Maruzzi out at third, but kind of pumped on the throw as Fish, the third baseman, wasn't quite ready to get there.
Had a chance, but thought better of it for sure. And now stepping in will be the leadoff hitter, number 12, Gage Miller.
Yeah, Miller's gotten the chance to bat every inning so far. This is his 3rd at-bat in the 3rd inning.
3rd at-bat will start off with a fastball that'll miss low and away for ball 1. As V Hill, with runners at 2nd and 3rd, 2 away, elects to go with the windup here. The 1-0. In there for a called strike, evening the count up here, 1-1.
It's interesting that V Hill's reverting to go with the windup here, but no need to pitch from the stretch when these runners really can't advance past their current position where they are right now.
Yeah, they can't go anywhere, as the 1-1 will be grounded down the third base line, foul.
And there is action taking place in the Stallions bullpen, but you have to think that this final out would be V Hill's to get and kind of cap his day at the 3-inning mark.
You'd have to imagine that was coach's whole game plan for the night, giving him V Hill 3 innings, a chance to get his feet wet here. And Saugerties, just the 1-2 is fouled away, keeping Miller, the leadoff hitter for the Mohawks, alive in this top of the 3rd inning.
You wonder who would come up next after V Hill. You just have to wonder who's here, who's actually stretched and ready to play.
They just about gave one of us a jersey and a pitcher's glove before the game, it seemed like. Running out of arms here early in the season, waiting on some guys to finish up their collegiate seasons. We've got regionals, World Series games, all those things going on elsewhere. As the 1-2 is delivered, be a chopping ground ball to the third baseman and Fish, as he makes a great throw across the diamond to the outstretched glove of Michelle, retiring the side. 2 runs on 3 hits, 2 runners left on base for the Mohawks. You're listening to the Saugerties Stallions on the Saugerties Stallions YouTube channel. We will be right back with the bottom of the 3rd inning after this. Welcome back to more Saugerties Stallions baseball. Tonight's contest has been brought to you by Mike Yanta, Custom Masonry and Excavation, and Montano's Shoe Store. The best athletes wear the best from Montano's. In the home half of this third inning, the Amsterdam Mohawks have elected to switch arms in the left-handed pitching freshman out of the Hudson Valley Community College, Luis Misla from Tampa, Florida.
Yeah, Misla, during his sophomore season at Hudson Valley Community College, had a fantastic season. Had 3.72 ERA, a 7-0 record, 87 strikeouts, and just 46 pitches. And that's his 17.02 Ks per nine on the year. So really good at setting those batters down without putting the ball in play. And we'll see how he manages to do that against a Stallions lineup that has shown great plate discipline so far to open up the year.
Be very interesting indeed to see what happens, as the first batter will be number 27, Michelle.
Yeah, Michelle, he got on base during his first Stallions at bat via the walk. Obviously still looking for that first hit as a Stallion, but we'll see how he approaches this new pitcher.
Leading off the bottom of the third inning for your Saugerties Stallions, first baseman, Garrett Michelle.
Stallions have gotten off to a hot start offensively, scoring 2 runs in both the first 2 innings, and we'll see just how that momentum can stay throughout the rest of this game.
As the first pitch of the evening from Misla will be in there for a called strike, 0-1. You mentioned his Ks per 9. This guy seems like someone who just likes to attack the strike zone, as looks like a slider will be called for a strike 2, as Michelle finds himself quickly in a hole here. The payoff. Curveball swung on and missed, as Michelle will go down on strikes for the first out of this bottom of the third inning.
Well, just as advertised, we're talking about Misla's strikeout rate. That's the first strikeout for any Stallion batter in this game.
First strikeout on 3 pitches, mind you. Misla immediately ready for the next hitter in Mackel, the right fielder, as he looks in at a fastball, 0-1.
Yeah, Misla really wasting no time attacking these Stallion hitters.
Second pitch of the at-bat misses here. Ball count even now at 1-1.
And that's the first ball that Misla's thrown so far in this one after 4 straight strikes to open up his day.
1-1 will be drilled down the first baseline, almost taking out our first base coach, bringing the count to 1-2 for Colin Mackel.
Yeah, Mackel's still looking for his first hit. Since the opening game, he flew out in his only at-bat so far. Flew out back to right field to end the first inning.
The 1-2 finds the middle of the barrel for Mackel as it falls in there, and it will be caught by the center fielder as he reins that one in. Nick Giamaruzzi playing a great center field, covering a lot of ground early in this contest.
Yeah, he made a diving stop to kind of end the Stallions' run in the second, and making a nice play there in the third. And it's easy to tell who the best defensive player for either side has been. Giamaruzzi's been making some web gems early on.
That's right, and one of the Stallions' most true-handed infielders, number 7 shortstop Alex Rodriguez, will step in, looking to do some damage as he looks in at a first pitch ball, 1-0.
And Rodriguez on a little hitting streak he's gone 2 for 2. Got a hit in his last at bat yesterday and a hit in his first at bat today. Hit a single and came around to score.
The 1-0 will be lined into right field, falling in there for a base hit as Rodriguez is swinging a hot bat. That is 3 hits in 3 straight at bats.
And let's expand on that now. 3 hits in his last 4 innings played. That double came back in the 9th, and Rodriguez has gotten singles in the 2nd and 3rd today, so he's really starting to see the ball well.
Yeah, I think Rodriguez has finally found his own groove up here in Saugerties, New York, as the left fielder, number 55, David Shackelford, steps in. First pitch misses low here for a ball, 1-0.
And Shackelford's really been bouncing around, coming in and out when it comes to the defensive positioning. Played left field on opening night, was playing DH yesterday, now back to left field. So Colin Martin really just trying to use Shackelford wherever he can.
Count even now here at 1-1 as Misla rears back and gets himself a fastball in there. Shackelford looking down at his third base coach for the signs. Rodriguez gets his lead. Misla gets his sign. The 1-1. Low for a second ball.
Yeah, Misla really started out by pounding the strike zone, and now after Rodriguez hit that single, kind of struggling to refine that against Shackelford.
Yeah, it really took him out of his own rhythm there in that base hit. 2-1 as Rodriguez is moving on the first move, and Misla saw it coming, throws it over, and ends up overthrowing his first baseman, giving Rodriguez an extra free 90 feet, moving him all the way over to third base. So all of a sudden now, the Stallions are threatening here with 2 away.
Misla had Rodriguez absolutely fooled on the pickoff move, but Rodriguez getting lucky there as that throw over, just well over the intended target, and now just 90 feet away from scoring. And we'll see if Shackelford can bring him in.
The 2-1 from Misla. Changeup misses away for a now 3-1 count for the Stallion left fielder.
Yeah, Misla did have 37 walks during his time at Hudson Valley Community College last year, so he is prone to the occasional walk.
3-1 misses here, and that'll put Stallions at the corners for the second baseman, number 2, Brett Eckert.
Yeah, and Eckert came up huge in the last inning as well, getting a single, and also came around to score, so looking to kind of expand his day and get the Stallions back on the board here in the third.
Now batting second baseman, Brett Eckert.
2 away here now, runners at the corners. The first pitch in there for a called strike, 0-1.
Middle infield playing very close to that second base bag, kind of leaving that right side of the infield wide open against Eckert.
Wide open for a pretty strong throwing left-hander out of Misla. It's curious as to see if Eckert will be able to slap something the other way, giving his team a run, as the second pitch is in there, missing for ball, 1-1. 1-1. Misses low. 2-1.
That one just missing the outside zone. And Misla continuing to struggle with that command. Had the walk in the last at-bat. Now finds himself behind yet again to the Stallions' number 9 hitter.
Misla sets and delivers. 2-1. Swung on and missed from Eckert. The count is even now, 2-2.
Yeah, and Eckert well ahead on that breaking ball. Just couldn't figure out the timing.
2 runners on. 2 men out. 2-2 for number 2. Misses with that curveball. Brings the count full now, 3-2.
Now we'll likely see Shackelford on the move at first base as we reach that full count 2-out scenario.
Yeah, Shackelford, as you said, will be on the move here. With the lefty in Misla, he has to make sure that pitch is actually indeed going home, or he'll find himself in some trouble, as Rodriguez did a few moments ago. The payoff is swung on and misses. Eckert was certainly fooled by that one, retiring the side. That'll leave 2 runners left on base, 1 hit, no errors for the bottom of the third inning. You are listening to Saugerties Stallions Baseball on the Saugerties Stallions YouTube channel. I'm Kyle, that's Logan. We'll be right back after this. And welcome back to the Saugerties Stallions Baseball. Saugerties Stallions Baseball is brought to you by iMedView Inc., Independent Medical Review, world-class results, local connections, and Grist Mill Realty. Looking to sell? List with Grist Mill. And in the top of the fourth inning, we have a new arm here for the Stallions in number 26, Anthony Petignano. Excuse me. Hand leading off for the Mohawks as the 2-0 is flown out to deep right field as Mackel is under it to retire the first batter of the inning.
Yeah, and Petignano getting a quick out there on Hand, who gave that one a ride to right field just like he did 2 times during yesterday's game in Amsterdam, but this one resulting in and out.
Stepping in now, shortstop number 34, Brett Coker. Coker's been silent thus far from the 3-hole with a strikeout. As the first pitch misses here for a ball, 1-0.
And that one just a little far inside, got past the glove of Speaker. So first wild pitch of the day with no one on.
Second pitch misses here, 2-0.
And Coker, one of the few Mohawks to not get on so far today. He's 0 for 2, and now he just did after getting hit on the shoulder.
And that'll put the first runner of the inning for the Mohawks on base here. 1 out. Stepping into the box is first baseman number 32, Cade Bush.
And Bush, another guy who's 1 for 2 so far today, hit a single and came around to score back in the third.
First pitch misses here for a ball as the runner goes, and he is in there with a stolen base.
And Coker really showcasing his speed on that one, and the throw from Speaker wasn't too bad. It's just that even if the throw got in time, Coker probably would have got in either way.
Coker with plenty of speed on the bases as Petignano's second pitch to Bush misses here, 2-0 now.
Yeah, aside from that one fly out to Hand, not too many of these pitches finding the strike zone from Petignano.
Third pitch in there for a called strike now, 2-1. Bush looking down at his third base coach agreeing with the strike call. Mid delivery as the batter will call time.
Petignano was about to throw that one kind of on the delivery. Be lucky he was able to hold that one in.
And shocked the umpire actually elected to grant Bush that time call as the 2-1 is delivered here. Misses high at the eyes of Bush. 3-1 is the count. The 3-1 misses low now for ball 4. That'll put runners at first and second now here. And stepping in is the left fielder, the power hitting Josh Overbeek.
Yeah, and Bush now the second straight Mohawk to reach base here. And Overbeek, another guy who singled and came around to score back in the third, also struck out in this game. So see what he can do with 2 runners on.
First pitch of the at-bat misses up and away for a ball, 1-0.
Yeah, Petignano continuing to struggle with his control here in this one.
Yeah, looking to find some sort of rhythm here as the 1-0 is delivered. Overbeek just rips that one down the first baseline, straight into the tarp there, evening the count now 1-1.
Yeah, just ahead on that one. He was waiting to hit that one from Petignano, just missed it.
The 1-1 misses up and away now. Count at 2-1.
And Overbeek does have some power. We kind of mentioned his senior year at high school before. He even had a home run at Pitt during his freshman year.
The 2-1 now misses away as Petignano finds himself in a hole. 3-1. Runners at first and second. The 3-1 misses high now. Ball 4 as the bases will now be loaded as time is called as pitching coach Rich Doobie heads out to the mound.
Yeah, and Petignano consistently just too high with his pitches, and pretty much all of those pitches finding the same spot. As you mentioned, Rich Doobie coming in to talk with his pitcher, and we'll see how long he stays on there. Not too much action taking place in the Stallions bullpen, and Doobie on a night where he was named last year's manager of the year and now stepping in as a pitching coach, has seen his pitching staff allow 6 runs and load the bases here in the 4th.
Yeah, Doobie, a 3-time World Series winning baseball coach, is a valuable asset to this team, as he was proven in last year, as you mentioned, Logan, in coming in for Coach Colin Martin, stepping in, helping the Stallions bring home a PGCBL championship. Doobie takes his steps back into the dugout. Petignano looks at his shortstop for some reassurance as number 3, tonight's K-man, Nick Giamaruzzi, will step into the box.
And the K-man already delivered with a strikeout in the second, but quickly bounced back with a single last inning on the very first pitch.
First pitch fouled away, Giamaruzzi. Yeah, that first that hit that he got in that 3rd inning, that fluky sack bunt where nobody really was covering first base or knew what to do. Very interesting. As the second pitch from Petignano misses high, ball 1.
And Giamaruzzi was attacking again early on in that at-bat. Now continue to wait on Petignano to find the strike zone.
1-1 misses just low here as the home crowd is letting the umpire have it back there. The count now 2-1.
And those good framing there by Speaker, trying to get that one framed in on the inside, but Petignano just didn't get the call.
2-1. Short hop Speaker there, and count now at 3-1. Petignano hoping for the best here as he just needs he's a ground ball away from getting his team out of this inning unscathed. The 3-1. Misses just outside for ball 4 as he can do nothing but laugh that one off as he believes that he really earned that one. So that'll plate across the first run of this top of the fourth inning, giving the Mohawks a 3-run, 7-4 lead as the right fielder, Zach Gardner, steps into the box.
Yeah, and Patignano really in a big hole here now. And 4 straight batters reaching 3 walks as
the first pitch would be blooper into right field as it falls underneath the sliding glove of Mackel, scoring only the 1 run as all runners were forced to freeze and tag.
It's another case where the outfield was playing very deep as that ball was in a relatively shallow spot in the outfield, and Mackel just missed it, and Patignano almost got a much-needed out. Instead, another run crosses the plate, and the bases are still juiced.
Bases are juiced now here for the catcher, number 24, Hunter Thomas. Thomas's last 2 at-bats ended with singles, scoring in his first and being stranded on first base in his last. Interesting to see how the Stallions want to approach the catcher now. Second pitch of the at-bat will be a dribbler up the left field line for a foul. Count even now at 1-1.
Yeah, we'll see how Patignano kind of works with this bottom of the Mohawks lineup coming up here. Desperately in need of an out.
The 1-1 misses as Thomas ducks away from it. Count now 2-1. The 2-1 misses here high for a ball. 3-1 as Patignano finds himself in familiar territory down in the count.
Yeah, Patignano continuing to fire just high on these Mohawk hitters.
3-1 just misses above the hands as he will plate another run here in this top half of the fourth, giving the Mohawks a 9-4 lead.
Yeah, it's definitely not the debut that Patignano was hoping for. Now, 4 walks in this appearance and a hit by pitch so far in this fourth inning. The bases remain loaded.
First pitch in there for a called strike to the designated hitter, Frankie Marinelli. The 0-1 swung on, hard ground ball to the first baseman as Michel tries to turn and throw it to the second baseman, but it pops right out of his glove, and the runners will all reach the next base safely, plating home another run for the Mohawks, giving them a 10-4 lead.
I mean, what can you do at this point? And Michel had the ball in his glove. It just on the transfer, just managed to bobble it and really kind of lost his concentration there. And you really just had to feel for Patignano in this kind of scenarios. Everything else went right, and it seemed like in trying to decide whether or not to throw it to second or just step on the bag at first, just kind of lost his concentration, caused an error, caused another run for the Mohawks to cross home plate.
Yeah, you said it best as the leadoff hitter. Third baseman number 12, Gage Miller, steps into the box looking at a first pitch strike, swinging through the second, finds himself in a quick hole here, 0-2. And I think the problem there with Michel was he was thinking 3 steps ahead, not about the throw to second, but about maybe covering first base for his pitcher. As the third pitch of the AB is flown out to deep right field, that'll score a run as the catcher Thomas will remain at second base, plating home the Mohawks' 5th run of the inning, giving them an 11-4 lead.
Much needed out there for the Stallions, but that out definitely could have gotten them out of this jam here. But this is also the 3rd game. There have only been 3 games. This is also the 3rd game where the Stallions have allowed double-digit runs, and it's only the 4th inning.
First pitch is in there to the 2-hole hitter, number 19, Jacob Hand. And Hand struggling thus far as he is 0 for 3 with a strikeout, ground out, and a hit by and a flyout as that pitch is roped into right field for a 2-out double, plating another run.
The good news is that Petignano's starting to find the strike zone. The bad news is he's not getting different results as Amsterdam continuing to pound on the runs as they are exploding here on the offensive end in this inning. They've scored multiple runs in the past couple innings, but now 6 runs here in this fourth.
And now the Mohawks have officially batted around here as the shortstop, Coker, steps into the box. 1-0's the count, 2 away, runners at second and third. The 1-0 in there, called strike here, even at 1-1. The 1-1. Fly ball, deep left field. Shackelford back at the wall, and he will make the grab in the alley, stranding 2 runners.
The nightmare finally over for Anthony Petignano as 6 runs cross. It's still 12-4 Amsterdam leads, but at least that inning's finally over for the Stallions.
That'll be 4 walks, 2 hits, 1 error, 6 runs, 2 runners left on base as the Stallions hope to get something going for themselves here in the home half of the 4th inning. 12-4 lead for the Amsterdam Mohawks. I'm Kyle, that's Logan. You're listening to Saugerties Stallions Baseball on the Saugerties Stallions YouTube. We will be right back after this. And welcome back to Saugerties Stallions Baseball as we are back here at Cantine Field in beautiful Saugerties, New York. Stepping in now, the leadoff hitter, center fielder number 22, TJ Adams, as he looks in at a fastball. Questionable strike there, 0-1.
No better time than now for the Stallions to start pounding some runs on these Mohawks after giving up 6 runs in the top of the 4th inning here. The good news is there's still a lot of time for the Stallions to make up this deficit, but it has to start right now.
Still plenty of time for the Stallions to climb their way back into this one. Count even here at 1-1 as Adams will foul that one away up the third baseline, finding himself in a hole 1-2.
Adams opened things up in this game here with a double, flew out in his last at-bat, so he's still looking for that second hit here to give the Stallions a leadoff runner.
Yeah, now is as good a time as any for Stallions to find their way into this game again as the 1-2 breaking ball misses just low. Great eye there. Count even now here, 2-2. Misla gets a sign, delivers. The 2-2 misses in the same spot, low and away. Brings it full now, 3-2 for the Stallion leadoff hitter.
And Adams doing a great job working the count. He was behind early on, and now worked the count back up full. We'll see what happens here from both sides.
The payoff. Misses low here. Breaking ball 3-2. Breaking ball does not pay off for him as Adams will take the casual stroll up the first base line, bringing up tonight's designated hitter, number 13, Jelani Rogers.
And the pitcher, Miesla, gave up a walk in the last inning when facing Shackelford. Now this being his second walk in his relief appearance.
Miesla sets the first pitch to Rogers. In there for a strike, 0-1. The 1-1 bounces short of the plate as it gets by the catcher, and Thomas wasn't sure exactly where that ball was going to end up, and he is unable to advance.
Yeah, and that one went far back enough where Adams definitely could have gone from first to second, but just kind of taking too long to decide what he wanted to do.
Certainly a missed opportunity there for the Stallions, as Miesla will casually throw over there, check in on the runner Adams, make sure he's still paying attention. Rogers steps into the box. Miesla gets his sign, comes set, the 1-1. Swung on a miss, huge hack from the 2-hole in Rogers. 1-2 is the count.
Yeah, lower pitch there from Miesla, and Rogers just unable to come down there and connect on it. Just a little behind on that swing.
The pitch low and in. Count even now here, 2-2. Miesla finding himself in trouble in back-to-back at-bats here. You got to wonder with the pitch count, how much longer is he going to be in this contest? The 2-2, as he will throw over, and Bush just making the play for his pitcher, keeping Adams in check and at first base.
Hey Kyle, and there's minimal action in both bullpens. You have to think that this inning is going to be Miesla's to get.
Absolutely, with an 8-run lead, and Rogers will look at that breaking ball, called strike 3. He disagrees, wondering exactly what the home plate umpire was thinking. 1 on, 1 out, stepping into the plate, third baseman, number 36, Brandon Fish.
Yeah, there's a beautiful pitch there from Miesla. Absolutely fooled Rogers, who just couldn't even react to it.
First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1, as Miesla seems to have found himself in a bit of a groove in the last couple of pitches there. The 0-1, Fish swings, and that'll fall into shallow left field for a 1-out single, giving the Stallions a runner in scoring position now at first and second, and stepping up into the box. Catcher, number 21, Mason Speaker.
And welcome to Saugerties, Brandon Fish. That's his first hit as a member of the Stallions, and it comes here in this 4th inning, and is able to advance the runner at first for the cleanup hitter, Mason Speaker.
And that's got to feel good for Fish, finally getting that first one out of the way, as last night he was 0 for 4 with just the 1 RBI, as Speaker looks in at the first pitch fastball, missing at the eyes, 1-0.
And in Speaker's both at-bats so far is able to hit one out into the outfield. Got out in a sacrifice fly and flew out in the 2nd inning, now trying to put a ball in play.
The 1-0 misses again at the eyes. Count now 2-0, as Speaker quickly finds himself in a hitter's count.
Yeah, we've talked about Speaker's eyes so far on the year. Walked 4 times on opening day, and so it was in contrast to last year at TCU. Only had 2 walks and minimal at-bats. Only made 3 starts last year in TCU.
Yeah, one of the more competitive lineups to really find yourself a spot in is that Texas Christian lineup. And Speaker really hoping to figure some things out this summer for himself, hopefully bringing him back to Texas. As time is called, as Thomas will go out and have a quick chat with his pitcher, making sure that they're both on the same page here.
And Speaker listed as a sophomore for TCU. only 3 at-bats in 2020, made 3 appearances in 2021, and then had a career-high 13 appearances last year. So really trying to get those at-bats and really showcase to all those scouts out there this summer.
The 3-0 will be in there for a called strike now. That was one of those get me over fastballs. Please be a strike. Don't load the bases. 3-1 now here for Speaker. The 3-1 is hacked and fouled straight back now, 3-1. Some action now here in the visiting bullpen as our right-hander gets ready and loosened up.
Yeah, and we'll see if the Mohawks allow Miesla to finish off this inning. He's able to work the count back full.
3-2, misses here. Ball 4, loading the bases now and stepping into the box. First baseman number 27, Garrett Michelle.
And that'll bring up Michelle, another new Stallion. Has not gotten off to the best start. He had an error back in the top half of this inning, which really allowed that inning to kind of keep going, allow more runs to cross for Amsterdam.
One away here. The first pitch, breaking ball, buckles Michelle at the knees as he was not looking for that. An arm side curveball in there for a called strike, 0-1. The 0-1 swung on and missed from Michelle. Count now here at 0-2 as he quickly finds himself in a hole.
Yeah, Michelle just way behind that one. Couldn't catch up to the heater for Miesla.
The 0-2 misses up and away, up and in here as he really put a little bit more gumption on that fastball. Count now at 1-2 for Michelle. The 1-2 breaking ball misses here to even up the count now at 2-2.
That one rather close to getting Michelle looking, but the at-bat stays alive.
The 2-2. In there for a called strike, a changeup that had Michelle guessing the whole way as he'll take the slow walk back into the Stallion dugout.
Second strikeout looking from Miesla in this inning alone, and comes at a crucial time with the bases loaded, but now to bring up Colin Mackel, who has flown out in both of his at-bats, still looking for his first hit today.
Colin Mackel looks in here. First pitch, fastball missing, up and away. Count now 1-0. 2 away, bases full of Stallions. Pitch from Miesla. Up at the letters, called a strike. Mackel disagreeing adamantly here as it is evened up now, 1-1.
And that call surprising a lot of people. That was high, and the umpire just calling it a strike to even up the count.
Certainly as Mackel takes a big cut here now, 1-2 is the count. Miesla looks in, gets his sign, is set, and the payoff. In there for a called strike 3. That is 3 called strikeouts in this half of the inning as Miesla is able to work his way out of a tough jam. Stallions unable to plate a single run as they load the bases. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. The score now after 4. The Amsterdam Mohawks leading here 12-4. You're listening to the Saugerties Stallions baseball on the Saugerties Stallions YouTube channel. We'll be right back. And welcome back to some Saugerties Stallions baseball in the top half of the 5th inning. We are brought to you in part by Mirabella's Restaurant, perfect for friends and family tonight and every night. As the first baseman, Cade Bush, looks in at a fastball, low, ball 1, as Anthony Peñano remains in the game.
Yeah, it's an interesting decision from Colin Martin to leave Peñano in. He walked 4 batters and allowed 2 hits on a single and a double, which came late in the inning. So we'll see now what he's kind of learned here in between innings.
The 1-1 pitch misses here low, ball 2, 2-1 to Bush. Cleanup hitter takes a cleanup hitter hack at that one, evening the count now at 2-2.
And Bush has already come across the score twice. Those have come in the last 2 innings in the 3rd and 4th. He's singled and walked so far today.
The payoff. Fastball up in on the hands as Shackelford ranges in from left field, just on the line, and he will make the catch, putting the first out away of the top half of this 5th inning.
Peñano able to get the first out, but remember, Peñano also got the first out in the last inning as well, so we'll see if Peñano can kind of finish off the inning as well as he started.
Stepping in now will be left fielder number 27, Josh Overbeek. First pitch swinging here as it's fisted down the third baseline, and Fish is unable to make the grab. Count 0-1.
Yeah, that one kind of falling into no man's land there, right in between Fish and Speaker, the third baseman and catcher, respectively. Really, no one had a good shot at trying to get that one.
Peñano gets his sign, kicks and deals. The 0-1 is ripped up the right center field alley, and that'll trickle all the way up to the wall as Mackel will cut it off just at the warning track, throw it into Rodriguez at shortstop as Overbeek gives himself a 1-out stand-up double.
Yeah, and Overbeek reaching base for the 3rd consecutive inning, but Peñano doing a better job of finding the strike zone here so far in this 5th inning of play.
Yeah, you'd have to wonder that Coach Rich Doobie's words of advice were, throw to the strike zone, let him hit it. We can play defense. We can't defend walks. As the center fielder, Nick Giamaruzzi, steps in now as he swings away, fouling that one straight back into the netting. Count 0-1.
And Giamaruzzi has been aggressive at the start of these counts as he had that bunt back in the 3rd.
Runner goes, and he will be called out as Speaker throws him out at third base, and Overbeek is retired just like that. How about that? Peñano could really use some help from his teammates, and he got just that as Speaker throws it right down the line, and Fish makes the tag.
And that was an absolute bullet from Speaker at the catcher spot. Really wasted no time firing that one into Fish at 3rd, and that was a much-needed caught stealing.
Two away here now as Overbeek got overly aggressive there. The 2-1 misses. Called strike. Evens the count here at 2-2.
We'll see if the K-Man can strike out for a second time here in this one. Be Peñano's first.
The 2-2 misses just low here, bringing the count full now, 3-2. The 3-2 misses just above the letters as Giamaruzzi will trot up the 90 feet to first base, bringing up the right fielder, number 37, Zach Gardner.
That was a close one from Peñano. Almost got that call on the inside, but keeps the inning alive here for the Mohawks.
The junior out of Oakville, Ontario, Canada will step in as he fouls that one straight back. 0-1.
That one went over the press box there. kind of to our right of where our broadcast booth is set up.
Yeah, PA announcer Rob Overbeek is always warning us exactly just to be careful that we have no netting here, as that second pitch was in there for a called strike 2. The 0-2 is ripped up, straight back up the middle as Giamaruzzi rounds second. Adams having trouble corralling that one. He looks at it for a second, and Marussi is able to come all the way around from first and score, giving the Mohawks a 9-run, 13-4 lead here with 2 away.
How about that? Petignano almost able to get out of that inning unscathed, but just some great base running from Giamaruzzi. Keep the inning alive and give Amsterdam yet another run here. Their first one in the 5th.
Great heads-up base running, as you said, as Adams just kicked that one right under his own mitt, unable to field it cleanly, allowing that base runner to score. First pitch swinging here as the catcher, number 24, Hunter Thomas, steps into the box.
And Kyle, something we really have to start keeping our eye on is that mercy rule, as in the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League, 10 runs lead in the 7th inning. That would spell game over for the Stallions.
And that would certainly put a poor sign on tonight's festivities with the banner revealing if the Stallions go home mercy ruled by their foes in the Amsterdam Mohawks. As that pitch is dribbled up the third baseline, foul. Count now 0-2 as Thomas quickly finds himself in a hole here. The 0-2 is spiked from Petignano. Now 1-2 is the count.
And very similar to last night, the Mohawks really showing their offensive muscles here. Scored 10 runs. Last time these two teams played, now 13 through, not even through 5 innings in this one.
The 1-2. And Thomas just gets a piece of it as Speaker is unable to hold on to that one, forcing more baseball in this top of the inning. Petignano can't believe it.
Yeah, and Petignano's had his struggles, but just can't catch a break here as Speaker dropped that foul tip, and he's already had to deal with several errors on the defensive end.
But it will come to no fruition there as Petignano records his first strikeout of the evening. So that'll be 1 run on 1 hit. No errors, 1 runner left on base as we move into the home half of the 5th inning. Stallions down 13-4, hoping to get something going here. We will be right back on the Saugerties Stallions YouTube channel after this. And welcome back to Saugerties Stallions Baseball. The home half of the inning, of the 5th inning, is brought to you by Rich Vizzini, Wolf of Woodstock Real Estate, working harder for you. Stepping in now is the Stallion shortstop, number 7, Alex Rodriguez, as he swings away at the first pitch that he sees, fouling it straight back. 0-1's the count.
Yeah, the Stallions need base runners, and they need them now. Down, have a 9-run hole here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
The 1-1 misses here. The 0-1 misses here to even it at 1-1. And who better to get a rally going than the Stallions' hottest hitter in Rodriguez?
And Rodriguez has been one of the more consistent hitters as of late for the Stallions. A perfect 2 for 2 with 2 singles.
The 1-1 from Misla. Misses above the hands here. Count now 2-1.
Yeah, good eye there from Rodriguez, and really kind of taking his time against Misla, who we've talked about his command a lot so far since he's been in. He started out great with that, and he's given up a few walks here as of late.
2-1 low, but ruled a strike from the home plate umpire, evening the count now at 2-2. Rodriguez strongly disagrees with that one. Misla gets his sign here. Doesn't like the first one, loves the second. Comes set, delivers. 2-2 changeup, misses outside, 3-2 now.
Yeah, and that one just missed on the outside there from Misla, and Rodriguez kind of struggled with his eye throughout the start of the season. He's really improved that as of late throughout these past couple of days.
The 3-2. Another breaking ball full count pitch, and it misses, giving the Stallions a leadoff runner. It's bringing up now the left fielder, number 55, David Shackelford.
Yeah, it's now the 4th walk that Misla's allowed since entering the game back in the 3rd inning. It's now his 3rd inning of work. And every single one of those innings he's been out there, he's had to deal with base runners, but has not allowed a run since his appearance.
Yeah, I believe the stats from his college outings are very accurate, and he's bringing those troubles with him here, in that he strikes out a lot, but he certainly walks just as many, as Shackelford swings away at that first pitch fastball straight back, count 0-1. Rodriguez gets his lead. Misla delivers up at the eyes of Shackelford, count even here at 1-1.
Yeah, and as this game kind of goes along, you kind of have to think for guys like Shackelford, who have been on this championship team from a year ago, to kind of see what has taken place throughout these past couple of days. There's to be a little shock kind of mixed in, and just kind of a little bit of surprise that it can kind of go from the highs of last season to kind of this slow start so far this year.
It's interesting that you mentioned that he is a returning player, as a recently graduated high schooler, being one of the youngest players on the team. He actually is a veteran presence in the clubhouse. Very interesting dynamic as he steps in now for the 1-2. Rodriguez with an aggressive lead here. Misla delivers, fouled straight back, count remains 1-2.
Yeah, Misla's pitch count kind of in the early 30s so far in this one, so we'll see just how long he stays in. There's still action continuing in this Amsterdam bullpen like there was towards the end of last inning.
Misla will throw over here, just checking in on Rodriguez, making sure that he is having as much fun as we are here in the booth. 1-2, Misla sets, delivers. Called strike 3 as Shackelford cannot believe it, as he takes the slow walk back into the dugout.
Yeah, Shackelford kind of took a long time to really leave the batter's box, but that was a great pitch there from Misla, and he's had 4 strikeouts looking so far. He's had 6 strikeouts overall, so that heavy strikeout rate that we talked about earlier from Misla, he's definitely lived up to that today.
Certainly lived up to that expectation. as the second baseman, number 2, Brett Heckert, will step in now as he looks at a first pitch fastball, 0-1.
And Heckert was one of these 6 strikeout victims from Misla so far, and he struck out in his last at-bat.
As the slide step gets away from Misla as he spikes that fastball straight into home plate, going straight up the back netting, allowing Rodriguez to advance 90 feet. Count even here now, 1-1 for Heckert. As time is called, as the home plate umpire is asking for some clarification here with his fellow umpire in the infield.
Little conversation here between the umpires right in front of the pitcher's mound. Kind of little delay here, but it looks like that delay has come to an end as both umpires going back to their positioning.
Now, I imagine just based on their the direction of their eye level, I believe that they're looking straight at the grandstands and looking at the netting, wondering what kind of rules are in place for balls in and out of play if they get stuck on the netting or maybe if they hit the awning above the fans here. Very, very curious. Wish it could have been a fly on the wall for that conversation. Nonetheless, 1-1 count as Rodriguez steps off second base. Heckert fouls that one straight into the umpire. Count now 1-2.
And Heckert just missing that one. Got a little contact there as it did hit the umpire, like you mentioned, but now behind in the count here, and Misla looking for yet another strikeout against Heckert.
Heckert steps into the box hoping to plate home his fellow middle infielder in Rodriguez. 1-2, 1 out. The pitch. Heckert chases that one up and away fastball, bringing him down on strikes, giving Misla his 5th strikeout of the evening and 2nd of the evening.
Yeah, not only was that pitch well high, but Heckert kind of waited a while to really swing the bat there. So just really 2 things kind of went wrong there. But Rodriguez still on second with the top of the lineup coming up for Saugerties.
And the leadoff hitter in TJ Adams will look at a first pitch ball as Rodriguez is able to come all the way around from second as the ball bounces towards the Stallion dugout, rounds third and heads home and scores. Some aggressive running from the shortstop in Rodriguez, giving the Stallions their first run since that 2-run second inning.
That aggressive base run and getting another run here for the Stallions. Their first since the second inning, but it's just a heads up from the third base coach there, and Rodriguez wasting no time turning on the Jets from third to home.
He was churning and burning, and Adam Craig over at third base knew it. What a great call by both of those guys as the 1-0 for Adams is delivered. Even now at 1-1.
And Adams has reached base twice so far today, doubled back in the first and walked in the last inning in the fourth, made it all the way to third, but was unable to score as he was one of the many runners that Misla has stranded so far today.
As the third pitch of the at-bat is ruled low for a ball, 2-1 here. 2-1, 2 away. The pitch. Breaking ball in there for a called strike, evening up the count here. 2-2. 2-2, 2 outs, number 22. Misla shakes off a couple of different signs. He sets and delivers. Goes right back to that breaking ball. Buckling at the knees goes Adams. Down on strikes as Misla is able to retire the side on strikeouts. 1 run, no hits, 1 walk, no errors, 3 strikeouts as we head into the top half of the 6th inning. Your Saugerties Stallions trailing 13-5. You're listening to Saugerties Stallions Baseball on the Saugerties Stallions YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this. Stepping up to the box will be the DH, number 15, Frankie Marinelli. As Anthony Peñano goes back out there for his third inning of work. First pitch of the inning ruled a ball, 1-0.
Yeah, Peñano, compared to his first inning of work, his second inning went a lot better as that ball in the air to left field.
Fly ball to Shackelford will be hauled in as he has to run a long way to make that grab, putting the first batter of the inning away, 1 out.
Little pattern taking place for Peñano. First outs in each of his 3 innings. One was a fly out to right field. The next one was a fly out to center field. And this one a fly out to left field. So he's had no problems against the first hitter he's faced in innings.
Back to the top of the order we go in the third baseman, Gage Miller. The first pitch missed, second pitch not so much. We're even now, 1-1, 1 away.
Miller got off to a hot start in this game. Started out 2 for 2 with a single and a double, but he's 0 for 2 in his last 2 at-bats.
As that pitch misses here, count now 2-1. The 2-1 is ripped right back up the middle for a base hit. So 1 out single now, as the Mohawks are looking to keep the momentum going. Stepping in is the red-hot 2-hole second baseman, Jacob Hand.
Yeah, that one found the hole right in the middle of the infield. No one even close to where that one was hit. You mentioned Hand back up yet again. He's 2 for 4 today as well.
First pitch swinging, his hand drills that one a major league fly ball into right field as Colin Mackel is able to haul it in for the second out of the inning.
Peñano really being good so far at keeping these balls in the air, and most of his outs have been via the fly out. And two of the 3 hitters that have faced Peñano, he's been able to set down no problem. But now getting back into the heart of this Amsterdam lineup, we'll see how he faces Coker, who has not gotten a hit yet today.
That's right, as the shortstop swings away at the first pitch he sees, fouling that one straight over the third base dugout.
Coker is just one of 2 hitters so far in this Amsterdam lineup who has yet to get on via a hit. So we'll see if he can change that.
Second pitch misses here for a ball, 1-1. The 1-1 is popped up. Michelle, the first baseman, is right under it, and he will make the play, retiring the side. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, 1 runner left on base as Anthony Peñano is able to get out of that one unscathed. 13-5 is the score here as the Stallions are hoping to get something going in the home half of the 6th inning. We will be right back after this. And welcome back to Saugerties Stallions Baseball on the Saugerties Stallions YouTube channel. Heading now into the home half of the 6th inning, we have a Mohawk pitching change in number 40, Colin Bruham, the right-handed pitching 6'3" redshirt junior out of Kansas City, Missouri, and the South Alabama University in Alabama. Leading off for your Stallions will be number 13, Jelani Rogers.
Yeah, and Broham going to be taking over for Misla, who really put together a solid outing for Amsterdam. Pitched 3 innings, had 8 strikeouts. So 8 out of a possible 9 strikeouts in this one. Allowed 1 earned run and 2 hits. So overall, very solid debut, despite the 4 walks for the Amsterdam pitcher. Now Broham going to be facing the top of the Stallions lineup, facing 2, 3, and 4 in this one. So we'll see if the Stallions can add on to their momentum where they finally get back on the scoreboard.
And Rogers looking to get away from that last at-bat where he went down looking. As he steps into the box, Bruham gets his sign, winds, and deals. First pitch misses low with a fastball here, 1-0.
And Jelani Rogers, 1 for 2 so far today. Had a double back in the second, but struck out looking in his last at-bat. Back in the 4th, one of the 8 strikeout victims for Misla.
The 1-0 is in there for a called strike at the knees, evening it up at 1-1. The 1-1 is ripped straight at the shortstop, Brett Cooker, as he shuffles and makes the play on the one-hop line drive ground ball, retiring Rogers.
And that was hit hard off the bat of Rogers, but unfortunately just right at the shortstop, Coker, who really had no problem sending that one on to first.
Unfortunately indeed there. As stepping in now is the third baseman, number 36, Brandon Fish. Left-handed hitter swings away at the first pitch he sees. Count 0-1 now.
And Fish has reached base in each of his last 2 at-bats. He walked and singled during that span.
Now's as good a time as any to get another single here for his Stallions. They desperately need some runners on base. As that pitch is ripped right back up the middle. Exactly what the doctor ordered there, as Fish will round first, take a look back, and trot safely back with a 1-out single. And stepping into the box now, catcher number 21, Mason Speaker.
Stallions have had no problem attacking Broham and attacking him early, as that single was only the second pitch of the at-bat, and it was hit right into the middle of the infield. And now to bring up Speaker, who made a great defensive play on catching a Mohawk stealing third base a few innings ago.
See if he can follow it up at the dish here as he looks at a first pitch ball in the dirt, 1-0.
Speaker still looking for his first hit tonight. He is 0 for 1, had a sacrifice fly and a walk so far today.
Yeah, sacrifice fly out to deep left field and another fly ball to deep right field. Eventually those balls will be finding gaps, start carrying a little bit more. Just looking for something that he can handle as he swings right through that one, fouling it straight back, count even at 1-1.
Speaker's been at that cleanup spot for all 4 games to open up the year, but haven't really seen that cleanup power as you referred to earlier on in the broadcast. Still looking for an extra base hit to really spark this offense.
Yeah, the Saugerties lineup is really looking to form some form of identity here as Speaker looks in at a fastball called strike 1-2. He strongly disagrees as he takes a second and steps out of the box, readjusting his batting gloves. One and two count, 1 on, 1 out for the Stallions. Cleanup hitter looks in, Pitch misses low and away, and it gets away from the catcher Adams as Fish is able to move up 90 feet, putting himself in scoring position with one away here.
Yeah, Fish wasting no time hustling towards second base. That ball didn't even get too far past the catcher Thomas, but once Fish took off, there was no stopping him.
The 2-2. Swung on and missed as Speaker swings right through that breaking ball. 2 away now here for the Stallions as the first baseman, Garrett Michelle, steps into the box.
And Speaker absolutely fooled by that breaking ball, well ahead of it. And it's now the second out for the Stallions offense. And Michelle, he struck out in his last 2 at-bats. He reached base once so far today, but
looking to avoid that dreaded hat trick as he swings right through that first pitch fastball 0-1.
Especially looking to avoid that hat trick in your Stallions debut. And he already has the one of the 2 Stallions errors so far in this one, so not too much has gone right so far for the youngster.
Second pitch at the knees, low and away, called a strike. He finds himself quickly in a hole here, 0-2. Fish gets his lead off second base, 2 away. The 0-2. Oh, look out! Oh, that almost took some heads with that foul ball.
That went right over the head of a lot of Stallions on the dugout. That was a hard hit ball.
We've been mentioning that we're short on arms here in the Stallions bullpen, but that baseball was looking to take us away from even more baseball players. The 0-2. Misses up and away, 1-2 now. The 1-2. Breaking ball misses away, evening the count here, 2-2.
Michelle doing a great job battling back here. Was down 0-2 in the count, fouled off that one screamer towards the dugout, and is now taking 2 balls in a row.
You're really looking in those last 2 pitches, too. It seems like he might be seeing the ball a little bit better here now. 2-2, fouled straight back again. Really getting the neck on the back of everybody's hair to stick up with that one, huh?
This one was much higher than the first foul ball that came our direction, but luckily no one was harmed in either one.
Nonetheless, I need a glove up here. The 2-2. Fastball called, strike 3 at the corner, stranding Fish at second base. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, as the Stallions are looking to do anything they can to get back into this game. Heading into the top half of the 7th, you're listening to Saugerties Stallions Baseball on the Saugerties Stallions YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this. And welcome back to Saugerties Stallions Baseball. Saugerties Stallions baseball from Cantine Field is brought to you by Peak Trading. Need it lifted up or tied down? Peak Trading has the supplies. And by PC Smith & Sons Hardware. Smith Hardware on Main Street. Got a project? They can help. As the first baseman, Cade Bush, swings away here, the first offering from Petiano in the top half of the 7th inning.
You know, it's rare that a pitcher improves his game as this game goes along.
Spoke too soon as Bush lines that one into deep left center field, and Adams has trouble corralling that one in, giving Bush a stand-up lead-off double here in the top of the 7th.
Oh, that's the absolute definition of an announcer's jinx there, as just talking about how Petiano's improved each inning, allows a leadoff double. The first leadoff hitter he hasn't retired since entering the game. This being his 4th inning of work.
Stepping into the box now is going to be the Amsterdam left fielder, Josh Overbeek. As he looks in at a first pitch fastball, ball 1-0.
And Overbeek has reached base in each of his last 3 appearances, singled, walked, and hit a double in those at-bats. He was the runner who tried to steal third base, but Mason Speaker at the catcher spot was able to get out.
Fastball in there for called strike, 1-1, as Overbeek unleashes on that one, barreling it up just down the right field line, hitting the fence over there. 1-2 is the count.
Yeah, if the fence wasn't there kind of protecting those in the visitors' bullpen, that would have gotten right into the Amsterdam bullpen.
The 1-2 misses up at the letters, 2-2. The 2-2 offering fouled away straight over our heads in the booth. Still remains even at 2-2. The checks his swing is Overbeek as the field umpire rules no, he did not. The count is now full, 3-2.
That one was really close, Kyle. It looked like it might have crossed that outer edge of home plate with the bat, but it's not full count.
3-2 is fouled away. I agree with you there. It's certainly very close. Not much of a vantage point as you can get with a field umpire who is directly behind the pitcher's mound. Not much help that he can give you on a check swing. 3-2. Misses inside for ball 4, so that'll get runners at first and second now for the Mohawks. Is stepping in now is the center fielder, number 3, Nick Giamarusti.
Yeah, and that's going to be the 6th walk tonight allowed by Petiano, and struggled to find the strike zone all night. Kind of avoided allowing a walk in the last inning, but now has found another one here.
Hoping beyond hope that Petiano finds his groove here as he misses that first pitch. Ball 1-0. Second pitch hits the knob of the bat, and the runner is trotting up first base. Excuse me, they're ruling it a hit by pitch.
Yeah, and Giamarusti was instantly running towards first base, as they do call it a hit by pitch, but that loads the bases with no outs, and that was a similar jam that Petiano found himself in during his first inning of work.
The hit by pitch will load the bases here for the right fielder in Zach Gardner as he swings and fouls one straight back. Count now 0-1. Second pitch line down the first baseline, just foul. Finds himself in a hole, 0-2.
Yeah, Petiano's definitely found the strike zone better than when he entered the game. It's just not generating an outs right now when the Stallions definitely need it at this point in the game.
Petiano from the windup, the 0-2. Up and away at the letters, misses here. 1-2 is the count. Petiano looks at Speaker, gets his sign, delivers. Fastball misses here just outside, 2-2.
Yeah, that's another one that could have gone either way, but Patignano still battling here. Found himself ahead in the count early on.
2-2, fouled away over the third base dugout, keeping the count even at 2-2.
Stallions do have some action in the bullpen over to our left, so we'll see just how long Patignano will be going this inning, or we'll see if Patignano's fourth inning will be his last.
Certainly a good question there, Logan, as the 2-2 is delivered to Gardner. Misses low and away, bringing the count full here, 3-2. The count's full, the bases are full, not a single out in sight. Patignano from the windup delivers. Misses here low, ball 4, and that'll plate another run for the Amsterdam Mohawks, giving them a 14-5 lead.
And that control starting to wear down from Patignano. His pitch count. Getting up there, and it looks like with the manager coming in for the Stallions, that could be it for Patignano.
You said it best. Head coach Colin Martin is taking the long walk out to the mound as he points to the bullpen, and that'll do it for Anthony Patignano. As Patignano takes the long walk back into his third base dugout to a loud cheer from that home crowd. A lot of love from this Stallion home crowd, that's for certain.
Patignano's day is done, and we'll see just who will be warming up next for the Stallions. But they're still in a bases-loaded jam here, down by 9 runs.
Stepping in now to relieve Patignano from his duties will be another Anthony Savasta, the right-handed pitcher, number 14 from Albany. Fun fact for those of you at home, it took him 3 years to grow that beard.
And we asked him for fun facts before he went out to warm up and pitch just a few hours today, and that was the first thing he said.
Certainly one of the more fun facts I've heard in recent memory. So thank you, Anthony.
It would take 3 years to grow that long of a beard.
Oh, absolutely. It's impressive. Give it to him.
Really
Give credit where it's due. That's what I say. That's my mantra. It's words to live by. And we'll be right back with the pitching change after this. You're listening to Saugerties Stallions Baseball on the Saugerties Stallions YouTube channel. And welcome back. Is stepping into the box is the catcher, number 24, Hunter Thomas.
And he'll be facing Anthony Savasta, who just checked into the game. He last played college ball at UVM. Graduated from Albany.
Fly ball popped up, straight back into the bleachers, fouled just past the sprinting Michelle.
And Savasta in one of the tougher jams that a reliever can be in, especially with the looming mercy rule in this Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League, kind of on the horizon, just 1 run away from kind of reaching that margin.
Lots of ducks on the pond, as they say, as the 1-1 is delivered from Savasta. Up at the hands of Thomas, ruled a ball, 2-1. Savasta gets his sign from speaker, kicks and delivers. That ball is barreled deep into the right field night skies. Mackel backtracks, makes the play, and all he can do now is get it in to the infield, as that will be a sacrifice fly, plating Overbeek.
Yeah, that one almost had the distance from Thomas, but that found warning track power as Mackle was able to make the catch. But that does plate in the run for Amsterdam, making it 15-5.
Runners at the corners now here as stepping into the box is designated hitter number 15, Frankie Marinelli, as he looks in at a first pitch fastball, ball 1-0.
Now Savasta falling behind in the count, already down 2-0 to the number 9 hitter, Marinelli.
The 2-0. In there for a called strike, 2-1. One away. Giamarusti at third. Gardner, the right fielder, at first. The DH gets the pitch. Misses here high. Ball 3, 3-1. 3-1. Misses up at the hands. Loading the bases once again. Ball 4 as we move back to the top of the order in the third baseman, Gage Miller.
Yeah, and Savasta really not even close on most of those pitches there for the Stallions, but loads the bases yet again, and worst of all for Savasta, top lineup coming up, and it'll be Miller first to face him. Already has 3 hits today.
Miller looks in at a first pitch fastball, ball away, 1-0. Second pitch fastball ruled a strike at the hands, evening the count at 1-1. Bases loaded, 1 out. Savasta gets his sign, delivers. High fly ball into left center field. Adams and Shackelford converging, and here's the throw to the plate. Shackelford just offline as Giamarusti is able to score standing up. That'll be a 16-5 score now, as the runners will remain at first and second here with 2 away.
Been a lot of deep fly balls recently hit by the Mohawks, which is really helping getting the Stallions out of these jams, and first Savasta just 1 out away from doing just that.
That's right, as the 2-hole hitter Jacob Hand, the second baseman, steps in.
And Hand right now 2 for 5 so far in this one. He's flied out to right field twice, but does have a single and a double today.
Second pitch, 1-1. The 1-1. High fly ball into right field, up the line. Mackle will make the catch and retire the side. And that'll do it for this half of the inning, as the Mohawks are able to bring 3 runners across, stranding 3 more. We'll head into the home half of the 7th. The Stallions are going to need to score at least 2 to keep this one alive. You're listening to Saugerties Stallions Baseball on the Saugerties Stallions YouTube channel. We will be right back. And welcome back to Saugerties Stallions Baseball. I'm Kyle, that's Logan, and tonight's baseball has been brought to you in part by Sawyer Chevrolet and Sawyer Motors. The Sawyer Motors Car Show takes over Saugerties Sunday, July 7th. And now, in the home half of the 7th inning, we have a new reliever, the right-handed pitching, Cade Citelli. What can you tell me about Cade, Logan?
Yeah, and Citelli, he redshirted from Texas Arlington University during the 2021 season, but last year he did play a decent amount. He pitched to the tune of a 10.36 ERA, had an 0-3 record, but did strike out 28 batters through 28.2 innings pitched. So he does have a lot of playing time coming in, the rising junior does. So we'll see just how he does in a situation where if the Stallions don't score 2 runs, he's basically closing the game out for the Mohawks, and he could help them get their 3rd straight victory in as many games.
And that would certainly rain on the parade that was a banner night for the Stallions. It would be a shame if we wouldn't even be able to get all the way through 9 innings, let alone winning the contest. Nonetheless, we have baseball to be played yet. In baseball, anything can happen. Stepping in now to lead off the home half of the 7th inning is number 8, right fielder Colin Mackel.
Yeah, Mackel's been a guy looking to slowly turn things around throughout the year. He's hitting 0 for 3 so far today. Struck out in his last at-bat to end the 4th inning.
That's right, Logan, and anything that he can start right now for his teammates would go a long way. As the first pitch from Citelli, it misses low and in for a ball 1.
But when looking at the Stallions so far today, and really so far throughout the season, they've had to use a ton of pitchers throughout the first 2 games. So they have only used 3 pitchers today, but 2 of them in Pettinelli and Savasta, really guys who are basically on what you would call one-day contracts. They're probably not going to be on the team for too long. As the Stallions, we talked about it several times, they're still waiting for guys to come in after their NCAA seasons are concluded. So this is a really beneficial day for the Stallions to kind of rest its pitching staff, as they still have another game coming up on the road against Albany. That's going to be their next game tomorrow. But also they're going to have 2 off days following that, so a lot of time to really rest that pitching staff and get it ready for the remainder of the season.
As Mackel swings through that 3rd pitch of the at-bat to bring it to a 2-1 count. And you said it best, Logan. It's a perfect time to give these pitchers a chance to rest and recover, as that ball is fouled away 2-2. Certainly scraping the bottom of the barrel with some of these pitchers right now, but brighter fortunes are ahead for these Stallions. I have faith.
Yeah, and for the Stallions, it doesn't feel good now. They just raised the banner heading into the game. They just unveiled. They're really celebrating a lot.
As
at the start of the
Mackel
season.
barrels that one up the first baseline, and Bush will flip it up to Citelli to retire the first batter in Mackel. 1 away here in the bottom half of the 7th inning.
The Stallions were celebrating a lot at the start of the season, and things haven't gone quite as expected, but really, when you take a look at this game, yes, it's a loss against a big rival, but it's also a chance for them to rest those starters, and it's kind of when you say lose the battle but win the war type of scenario.
Exactly. I couldn't have said it better myself again. It's a long season. There's a lot of baseball to still be played, as the shortstop Alex Rodriguez looks in at a fastball missing 1-0. And who knows, we could be looking at this first weekend skid as just a skid, just a bump in the road. It's a lot of baseball still to be played. We don't even know what kind of team this is, as Rodriguez looks in. That second pitch ruled a strike, 1-1.
But with the amount of negatives that we've seen so far today, there have been quite some positives. The offense definitely looks a lot better in this game against Amsterdam than compared to yesterday. And one of the key pieces of that is the guy at the plate right now, and Alex Rodriguez, who has reached base in all 3 of his at-bats, and he's a perfect 2 for 2 today with 2 singles.
That's right. And in the 2 errors that the Stallions have, a lot of that could be communication-wise. These guys are still getting to know each other, learn each other's tendencies, range in the outfield, things like that. You know, first baseman, pitcher, communication, those things, those will all come with time and familiarity. And like I said, there's a lot of baseball still left to be played this summer, let alone tonight. As Rodriguez will foul that pitch straight back, evening the count now at 2-2. Catelli from the windup gets his sign. Kicks and deals. Swung on and missed as Rodriguez goes down on strikes.
Yeah, it's the first time Rodriguez has been retired in this one, and he's struck out one time in each of the 3 games so far that have been played so far, and now that leaves David Shackelford as potentially the final batter on the night for the Stallions.
Yeah, David Shackelford, the left fielder, is the Stallions' last hope here thus far. We'll see if he can get the night to continue on from here. First pitch. Fastball misses. Ball 1.
In Shackelford so far, another Stallion that hasn't gotten a hit so far today, has reached base once via the walk.
Second pitch fastball misses low here. 2-0 as he quickly finds himself in a hitter's count. Catelli will reset on the back of the pitcher's mound. Toes the rubber. Comes to his windup. He's set, and now the pitch. Swung right through that one as Shackelford was hoping to tie this ball game up with one swing in the bat. 2-1 is the count.
Call it an 11-run home run?
Calling it an 11-run home run. That's what it looked like to me right there.
Had the swing to bring in 11 runs. I don't think I've seen that in a minute, but evens up the count at 1.
Pitch. A called strike up at the letters. I don't think Shackelford agrees with that one. Bring it to 2 strikes, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, and Shackelford shown his dismay towards this umpiring crew. He did on the last at-bat when he was called out on strikes, stood in the batter's box for quite some time after he was called out.
And the last pitch is swung on and missed, and that will do it here from Saugerties. That is the game as the Saugerties Stallions fall here to the Amsterdam Mohawks 16-5. Amsterdam has 15 hits and 1 error. And the Stallions 5 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors.
Yeah, the first mercy rule that the Stallions have been a part of so far this year comes on their 3rd game of the year, and it concludes what has been a 2-game sweep in back-to-back days against this Amsterdam Mohawk team, and they lost 10-3 yesterday against the same team and lose 16-5 tonight.
It's certainly not